bright. Treat you like a friend. Respect you like a lover.
So, at the beginning of every relationship, there needs to be some form of understanding. You're two different people trying to get to know each other, and you come from two different walks of life. I say this because you're going to have certain opinions about certain things. I'm going to have certain opinions about certain things. So we have to find immediately, as quick as possible, middle ground. We have to figure something out a connector or something that we can agree with to create a relationship. Because if that doesn't happen, your relationship is going to be in some trouble. So here's the scenario. You walk up to that girl, you walk up to her, you give her that look, and you ask her if she was tired. And she says, no, why? It's like, because you've been running on my mind all day. And she laughs, and it's quirky, but simple enough. You give her a number. So that was the easy part. The easy part was getting her number. The more difficult part is if you're serious about that relationship, what you're going to do after that. So you have to find understanding. There's always going to be differences in a relationship. Religious, how you use the bathroom, how you sleep, how the house is going to be split, as far as rooms and all those things, if you're trying to get serious. But even if you're not trying to be that serious, there still needs to be some form of middle ground in the relationship, because again, if you're just friends or if you're just buddies, there's got to be some form of understanding. If there's no understanding, the relationship is not going to last. If you don't have a connector, it's not going to work. And if you're in a serious relationship, the agree to disagree is a rabbit hole that you don't want your relationship going down. So you want to find immediately, as quick as possible, a connector. That's why you ask those questions. What's your favorite color? Do you like long walks in the park? What type of foods do you like? You have to be a detective in the relationship. You just can't bypass a lot of the conversations. And I know for me, what tends to work and not work for me in my relationships is I don't have a honeymoon period in my relationships. It's like I want to figure out who you are as soon as possible. I'm a very intuitive person. I ask a lot of questions, and sometimes I ask too deep of questions. Even if I just talk to you for 2 weeks, I'm asking deep questions because I want to get to know you as soon as possible. I don't want to waste time thinking if this the right person for me. I want to make sure that you're the right person for me. So I'm asking all the questions that I need to ask. Sometimes they're to my advantage, sometimes they're to a disadvantage, but I still ask the questions. They may hurt me, and I tend to air out my dirty laundry pretty quick too, which could be a good thing and a bad thing. I remember airing out my dirty laundry with a young lady that I was talking to. I ended up having to walk 30 minutes home. Those are just those things that happen. Again, the series is How to Lose a Girlfriend. So air out your dirty laundry. Be truthful. Be real. And let her know where you really coming from. She might leave you. She might stay with you. Regardless, you did what you needed to do in order to establish an understanding in the relationship. I ask a lot of questions, a lot of prying questions, and at some point they may be a little intrusive. But if I'm serious about you, whether I'm your friend or whether I'm going to be your boyfriend, I don't date just to date. I date because I see something in you that I can see down the line. So I want to pave out as quick as possible the inflection points. Bottom, there's going to be some suggestive reading if you're serious about your relationship, and even if you're not serious about your relationship, it's good suggestive reading because it teaches you techniques and ideas in order to get a better understanding of the opposite sex. Of course, the first one is going to be the 5 love languages. The second one is called For Him. There's what you call it, a brother or sister book where it's one is for him, one is for her. For him is a guy, is a woman's perspective, teaching a guy how to understand how women are, and then the other one is a guy teaching women how to understand how men are. And then, of course, the 5 love languages is basically how you speak as far as love languages, because we have different communication styles. I'll tell you this. My last relationship, we spoke a completely different language. And I'm not talking about 5 love languages. I'm talking about a life philosophy. I'm talking about religion. I'm talking about just the mere fact of the energy that we carry differently, how we deal with stress differently, how we deal with certain situations, and we did not give ourselves enough time to be able to establish an understanding, and we did a lot of agree to disagree, and that wasn't the right way to go. What I say is, if you know the character of the person that you're with, then you, even if you agree to disagree, you have to base it off the character of the individual that you're with. If you don't fully trust yourself, you're not going to fully trust somebody else. You're not going to fully trust me if you're with me. And so, in which that'll be the next video. It starts from the inside. So this is the action step. I always want to do an action step in the videos. Of course, this is only opinion based. I said that. Start a word game. If you are interested in somebody and you want to get to know their perspective and what they believe and how they think, do a word game. Words that mean something to you, text it to them and see what their interpretation and their definitions of those words are, and see how you can get an understanding of how they think. They might think deeper than you think they think, or they might think shallow. I've also dealt with that too. So let me know what you think about these concepts and these notions. Feel free to comment below.